you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love.
I was not expecting this to come so soon. Lena just had her pictures taken yesterday, and I was told that it would be 72 hours after the about 72 hours after the last class had their pictures taken. And given that, like, I'm pretty sure they were taking pictures until Thursday, I didn't expect to get the pictures back the day after. But I got an email that London's dance pictures are ready, and I'm so excited to look at them. It's time to check these things out. Do you want to see your pictures?
Only mine. What?
That's cute.
What's mine?
You see yourself?
Yeah.
Aw.
Why can't Ashley? What are you doing? It's not time to eat yet. Quit. It's not time to eat yet. Quit. It's not 8 time. It's dinner time. No, it's not.
That's funny.
There. The people. What?
Imagine trying to get a group of 2- and 4-year-olds, a whole group of 2- and 4-year-olds to cooperate for a picture. It's not an easy task, because let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 kids in her class, and they're all aged 2 to 4. So trying to get a group picture of that many kids probably is not very easy. High five. No. Okay, it is the next day, and oh, hang on, buddy. I called Lennon's doctor this morning because a few weeks ago she started like crossing her eyes, and we thought it was just like a trick she learned. No, other foot. But she started doing it so much lately, like so often, that it has me worried that it might actually be something wrong with her eyes. Because I feel like it's not normal how often she does it. So I called the doctor this morning, and now the dog's gonna start. I called the doctor this morning and was like, yeah, I want to get my daughter's eyes checked. And they were like, well, we can get you at 11 a.m. this morning.
Can you get me off?
It was like 9 o'clock whenever, 9:30 when I called. And they were like, we can get you in today at 11. I was like, okay. So we're heading out the door for that. Well, 2 sweaty, annoying hours later, we're back. And they did a little, what?
I'm sweaty too.
Yeah, they did a little eye test, which she passed. So apparently she just really likes crossing her eyes and freaking us out.
I got my Maggi noodles.
Who is that?
The noodles ready, Mom.
Drop the kids off with Great for the night so I can take Jace to his appointment in the morning. Because they said it'll be a long one. And I do not want to have to... Jace is very mad right now. He screamed the whole way to Greats, the whole way from grates. Now I'm trying to feed him before I make the 5-minute drive home. He's not having it. Ow. With how badly they stressed me out in the doctor's office today, there's no way that I could put up with them being bored and having too much energy while I'm sitting in a doctor's office for freaking like 2 hours. Oh my goodness. So they're staying with Gray and Momma tonight. And I'll go get them after his appointment tomorrow. So I picked up some dinner. I haven't had Sonic in a minute. Poor thing, you sound so stuffy. He was having a lot of trouble breathing last night. And his eyes started getting crusty today. So that's fun. Can't catch a break around here. Yeah. Let's see if these mozzarella sticks are good today. Last time I got mozzarella sticks from here, there was like not any cheese in half of them. I love me some cheese sticks. And Sonic by far has the best fast food cheese sticks. There aren't that many fast food places that have cheese sticks anyways, but Sonic's are the best. This little top of his head peeking up over that is so funny. Are you gonna drive? Good one. Ow! You pinch hard. Ow! Ow! Are you doing that on purpose? Made it home. Got some mail. And this I got from Whatnot. From Mr. J's. I've never bought from this brand before because I've always said it was too expensive. It's Kate Quinn. But look at this cute little, what do you want to call it? What should I call this? Like, I don't even know what I want to call this, but it's super soft like bamboo. And I only paid like $8 for it, so I think that's a steal. Because I always hear good stuff about Kate Quinn, but I've never actually like pulled the trigger on buying something. But for $8 I could do it. And then Liliana Naturals. Let's see. You be you. So this retinol cream, high potency hyaluronic blend. Wonder if this would be good for my rosacea, because my rosacea has been flaring up recently. At least I think that's what it is. It's on Jace's face instead. There you go. And then eye cream, rosehip and hibiscus anti-aging moisturizer. So I'm excited to try those out. I just ran out of my vitamin C serum last night, so. And I think while I've got some, hopefully peaceful time, depending on how he behaves, I think I'm gonna start on my paint lead tonight, because it's 6 o'clock. And I don't really want to go lay down yet. Look at him figuring out that toy. Thank you for choosing Starbucks. My name is Lindsay. What can I get started for you? Hi, I'm picking up a mobile order for Sandra. Sandra, let me go check on that, okay? Okay. I have that for you. Alright, thank you. I'll see you at the window. On the way to the lactation appointment. What can I get started for you? I left early so I could get Starbucks because I didn't feel like making coffee at home. I totally could have because I had plenty of time because I woke up early this morning, but I had already had it in my head that I was going to get Starbucks. So here we are. Getting Starbucks. And then we still got about 15-minute drive, I think. Oh, 8-minute. But I don't have to be there for another 30 minutes. It's funny seeing him like try and grab at stuff. Don't start getting mad, but now, bud, you did good that whole time. You've been doing so good this whole time. No. Thank you. Man, it is hot today, but there is a Target that I've never been to close by. I never go because it's too far from my house for me to do, but since I'm close to it now, I figured I'll stop because I like to try out new Targets because the Target by us isn't my favorite. So I'm gonna stop by there. Rundown of the appointment today. Hopefully the air isn't too loud, but it is hot, so I need it. Anyways, so came in, we went through a bunch of information, I answered a bunch of questions about all kinds of things, and then she weighed him and then had me sit down and feed him from both sides like I usually do. Well, first, actually, after the questions, she felt around in his mouth, did some exercises with him, and said that she thinks that he has a high palate and his frenulum under his tongue seems not flexible enough, so he's not getting great movement with his tongue, and that paired with a high palate isn't great and could potentially be part of what's going on. So then she had me feed him on both sides like normal, and then she weighed him after that, and he had gotten about 2.5 ounces, which at his age she said he needs to be getting at least 3 ounces per feed, so not quite enough. And then so she had me sit back down and try to feed him from both sides again just to see if he could get any more. So I sat down and I fed him from both sides again, just really quickly. He didn't have much interest because, like, you know, he had pretty much already gotten most of it out, so there wasn't really much coming out anymore, and he can't effectively get more out if he does have that tongue issue. So it was very quick. She weighed him again. He got a few more like milliliters or whatever. She said that put him at just under 3 ounces for this feed, or for that whole thing, which is a little bit better, but not great. So she said she's referring us to an ENT to have them assess him for a tongue tie and then for a revision if needed. So I have to wait for a call on that, and then after I get that scheduled, I have to schedule a follow-up with her just to check and see how things go. And she gave me like a short-term care plan for until I get to the ENT. So she wants me to offer him both breasts twice for each feeding to try and get him to get like as much out as possible. And then if he's still like fussy, if he still seems hungry, or if I can't get him to go for a second round, she wants me to then top him off with the 1 ounce bottles like I've been doing. And then also if I can't get him to do the second round of feeding, then she wants me to try and pump just to like empty it out if there's anything left, and then also stimulate more production if possible, just to like keep my supply up, maybe raise my supply a little bit, so if that is part of the problem, it will get better. So that is what I'm supposed to be doing with that. She also gave me some exercises to do with his mouth leading up to his appointment, just to try and like help him get used to it. So I have to do different exercises to get him moving his tongue around and stuff. I took some pictures of it to send to the ENT and put in his file. And yeah, I'm glad that I did go get a second opinion, because what she said sounds much better than what the pediatrician said, and she knows a lot more about the subject. She knows more about what she's talking about than a regular pediatrician does, because the pediatrician basically said your milk doesn't have enough calories in it, pump and give him bottles with a fortifier in it. So she wanted me to add like this little formula thing to fortify my breast milk bottles to give to him. And I'd rather not have to do that. I'd rather stick with exclusively nursing if possible. And I just didn't like the sound of that. I mean, I may sound naive for thinking like I know better than the doctor, but you know, it was just my mom instincts telling me like that's not the right answer. You can get better than that. Because like I mentioned, when I mentioned that to the lactation consultant, what the pediatrician said, she was like, yeah, that's not really how it works, because like the composition of breast milk doesn't really change very much from person to person, like diet changes and stuff like that. Like basically breast milk is what it is. They say it's about 20 calories, I think 20 calories per ounce is what she said. And she was like, I mean, your diet and stuff like that's not really going to change it all that much. So basically she was like, obviously not in these terms, but essentially that recommendation from the pediatrician was bullshit. And she said that she thinks it is a supply issue, which is probably due to his tongue not being able to effectively get milk out, which has caused my supply to like drop off just a little bit. It's not like a drastic low supply or something like that. Like it's very close to being a good enough supply, but he's just not able to get that last bit out when he needs it. So what I explained to her and kind of how she agreed with me is when he first starts nursing and that first letdown happens and it's kind of aggressive, like a lot is coming out very easily, he doesn't have to work hard for it, so he gets all that like letdown and that first bit out when he's not like really having to work for it. So he gets that, but then he doesn't want to work harder to get like any remaining out or to trigger a second letdown to get more. So it's like once it stops being easy for him, he kind of gives up on it, and then in turn doesn't get enough and doesn't signal enough production for me, basically. So hopefully we can, like he was, okay, so at his last appointment, it was 8 days ago. His last appointment was 8 days ago, and at that appointment he was 11 pounds 4 ounces. So today, 8 days later, he was 11 pounds 13 ounces. So he did gain a decent amount. He did, like, he had dropped off of this curve and he did kind of go back up towards it just a little bit. So he did get a little bit better, but that's due to the extra like 1 ounce bottles that I was giving him a few times a day. Like I was giving him an extra 4 ounces a day from bottles. So that kind of contributed more to him being able to gain. So hopefully after the ENT appointment, if and when he does get a tongue tie revision, it'll get better and I can stop with the bottles altogether and go back to just nursing, and then he'll start gaining better. So I'm at Target. I'm gonna run in. I want to look at a manual pump because I've heard good things about them. And I have my Mom Cozy pump, which the dog's got a hold of parts to one of them, so I only have one working one right now. So I might need to look into buying replacement parts so that I can pump both sides at the same time, because it's very time consuming pumping as is, much less if I have to do it one side at a time. And yeah, but I do want to try out a manual pump just to see if I can get it out better sometimes. And I want to get a new type of bottle because out of the 3 that I have, he only likes the 1. And you know, it's kind of annoying having to keep up with literally I only have 1 of those bottles that I'm having to constantly like clean and refill and stuff for him every single time because I have no backup. So back home, pick the kids up. Ashlyn is in a terrible mood. Literally screamed at the top of her lungs the whole drive home. Like that. Target haul. I got some bars of soap, hair gel for London. I needed some vitamins because my blood work said that my B12 and vitamin D were slightly low. The doctor didn't say anything about it, but I figured I'd rather just be safe and go ahead and take some. Maybe it'll help me feel better. So I got some B12, some vitamin D, and then I saw these. Okay, in a minute. I saw these and thought it might be worth taking. They're apple cider vinegar ones because I always see a lot of people that say how good that is for like weight loss and stuff. But I absolutely cannot stand the taste, so maybe I can do the pill because it'll be quick and won't taste it, and I guess it doesn't hurt to try it. I didn't like the options that Target had for breast pumps and bottles, so I just ordered those on Amazon. They should be here tomorrow in a minute. And then the kids needed some new toothbrushes and toothpaste. And then for the kids, I got them a little prize. So I got them both their own sketchbook because London had one. Love these, but all of the pages got used, so I got her a new one. And then I got Ashlyn her own too, here. And then I saw this little munchkin cup. I've never seen this color before. It's so pretty. It's like a light pink, so I had to get it because of how pretty it was. It's like a peachy pink. And then I got a pencil box with some colored pencils. I'm sick of freaking buying coloring utensils for these kids, so they better keep up with these because this is the last time I'm buying them. And then I just got some regular pencils too for them to use to draw and write in their sketchbooks. Ashlyn, you're not supposed to have that. Oh man, I thought these were sharpened. I saw a box that said sharpened pencils, and I thought I grabbed that one, but apparently I didn't. So now I gotta sharpen all those. Alright, now I got Amazon packages delivered. So I got an ice roller thingy to see if it might help with my redness that I've been having. Because I used to only get this redness when I was like hot. But here lately, the past like month or so, it's always red no matter what. So I got this ice roller to see if it might. Alright, I got a bodysuit to see if it maybe compares to the Skims, which I've never used, but I see a lot about it, but I'm not spending that much. Can't show that. And then I got my next book. The book number 3 in this series.
Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.